Did you know that 43,000 divorce applications were filed last year in Australia? That is a lot of people who are going through this process. And there are so many myths around what people's entitlements are when it comes to property, parenting and child support. As a divorce lawyer, I hear so many things that are completely wrong, and it leads people to not knowing where they stand and what to do next. Honestly, it is a minefield. Today, I'm going to myth bust 10 common misconceptions. Let's go. Myth number 1. I'm in a de facto relationship because we've moved in together. It is commonly thought that if you live with someone, you'll automatically be considered to be living in a de facto relationship. This is not the case. For a relationship between two parties to be classified as de facto, in the law, their relationship must be marriage-like and they need to have lived together for 2 years. Myth number 2. The wife gets more and the husband's left with nothing. This is not true. The law doesn't favour any one party. Everyone has different circumstances, and depending on what those are will depend on what each party will receive. Myth number 3. We just need to divide the house because that's the only thing that we have in joint names. No, this is not true. It doesn't matter what the asset is, how it got there or whose name it is in, all the property forms the property pool. Myth number 4. If I separate, it will be split 50-50 and my partner will automatically be entitled to half of everything I own, right? Wrong. There is no legal principle in family law that your asset pool is to be divided equally. The outcome in your case will depend on your circumstances, and every case is different. No two cases are exactly the same. There are different factors that come into play, such as what are your contributions and what each of your future needs are. Myth number 5. My ex-partner was unfaithful, so I get more. No, this is not true. In Australia, we have a no-fault law when it comes to divorce and property settlement. Wrongdoings in the relationship or being the reason for the separation doesn't change how the property is divided. Myth number 6. If an asset is held by a trust, it is protected. Many people think it is possible or even easy for one party to hide assets by registering them in the name of a trust. This is not the case. All property of either party forms the property pool to be divided. Myth number 7. I have to be divorced before I can do a property settlement, right? No, this is wrong, but it's commonly thought that in order to divide assets between a husband and wife, they first need to be divorced. Parties can get a court order dividing their assets anytime after separation, and I think that it is best to do a property settlement as early as possible so that you can start to move on with your life. Myth number 8. If we agree on how to split our assets, there's no need to formalise it because we're amicable. This is such a huge mistake that people make. It is so important to formalise any property settlement in a legally binding way. This can only be done by way of consent orders or a binding financial agreement. If you do not formalise your agreement, you may leave yourself open to your ex making a claim for more in the future. Myth number 9. The mother always ends up with the custody of the children and the father will only ever get every second weekend. This is really untrue. Each case is decided on its own facts, such as where the parties live, the age of the children, relationship of the children with each parent, just to name a few. There is no presumption favouring one party over the other. Myth number 10. I need to sign a document when we separate. There is no such document to sign when you separate. The date of separation is when one of the parties has told the other party that they want to separate. You can even remain separated under the same roof for a time. To help you know the real facts, I've created an online legal coaching program which will help teach you what you need to know. Click through here to access our free resources to help you get started in resolving your legal issues. It's free.